Hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in for another video. This is going to be another full playthrough. And I am Beakatron, and again, thanks for watching. Today we are going to play a game called Control. As you can tell, I've played this game for about an hour, and that's about all I've played it. So this is going to be pretty much just a blind walkthrough, and we're going to jump right in, see how things go. And the last time I played it for about an hour, I really enjoyed it. It's got a very intriguing story right off the bat. So let's see what happens. And I'm still getting used to working with a mic along with the audio, so there may be some button presses you hear, there may be some echoes or duplicated noises or something, cats in the background, but I apologize for that. I am working on getting better.
Fair warning. This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped.
And this game is really weird.
So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up so many times.
So I'm going to try to have the playthroughs of this game to be about an hour. So now I'll shut up.
I found nothing. It's like we live in a room and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here? Hello? Anyone here?
You can drink of water. So that's something else I'm going to be better at in my future videos, but I still will probably screw it up occasionally, is talking during cutscenes or dialogue. Certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated an issued reminder on prohibited materials. Unauthorized weapons, pagers, laptops, smartwatches, smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything smart. It rules out a lot of humans. Number 2 pencils. So they're trying to keep John Wick out of here too. Any object considered iconic representations of an archetypal concept. Rubber ducks, ketchup bottles, All material under Bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrances. If you see the lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor immediately. From what I played about an hour of this game the last time, this game is very heavily fixated on collecting the case files and the multimedia and these things. So there's going to be a lot of reading, a lot of gameplay cinematics, that type of thing. A lot of exploring. Like I said, the last time I played it for about an hour, I had a lot of fun with it.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
Bureau expenditures. Staffing, surveillance, blank, data, center initiative, construction, blank, blank, minor, office equipment, janitorial cost, blank, mold removal, HQ livability cost. For cost breakdown spreadsheet, see page 5. For 5-year comparison chart, see page 9. This looks like out of the movie The Shadow. The ice is slippery. Or was it the sun is shining and then the other person said, but the ice is slippery. That was actually a really good Alec Baldwin movie.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
Cookies! Security order. Blah, a shark in his blah, although secure blah, permission to blah, following basic protocol blah, shoot to kill blah, good luck. This is just something very interesting I found about this game, is how everything is very secretive. Like if you were to break into a federal building and start stealing paperwork, you would find a lot of secretive stuff like that. Bureau of Control. Hello. As you all should know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We're still waiting on them from a number of people. If you need an extension, please request form R4.E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. Remember, R4s are mandatory under Section 75.2 of the Employee Manual. If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head, Dr. Darling, Miss Marshall, Mr. Salvador, or Mr. Kirkland, as needed. They'll be busy on Thursday in their annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly. Best, your admin team. I hear something.
Hello?
This place is really abandoned to be a federal building.
Hey, excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you...
He reminds me of the Christopher Walken
Helen.
janitor from Joe Dirt.
There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, you
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him. The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
I'm really not sure if this is supposed to be a spooky horror game or just kind of like a psychological thriller game. I didn't really play it enough previously to see that. It's been a while since I played that time. But to me, it's a really well put together game.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
I get my potato chips. So that sound really freaked me out because I just recently beat Alien Isolation, and that sounds like the alarm that draws the alien to you. Some PTSD there. So, current mission. Jesse Fadden arrives at the oldest house, the headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Control, to look for answers to mysteries of her childhood. Reminder regarding drafting any public-facing material. While pending any notifications of death related to the will of all, please adhere to the following guidelines, words, phrases to use. In service of his/her country, regret, proud, pride, will be remembered. Words, phrases to avoid. Alaska, scissors, blood, bleed, loss, apologies, sorry. All this running, you think you need a drink of water. Yeah, get out of the way, chairs. Seen something? What is that? It's just the button over there. Her running physics are kind of wonky, I will say that. Barbara, I am not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day for the rest of the week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Trench.
Shit. Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
See, someone's talking to her. But who is it? I never figured that out.
Something's outside. Was coming here a mistake?
Yeah, got a gun!
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
You kind of see now where I was saying that this is a pretty weird game.
This place. Where am I?
Ooh, must be about to fight. Got a health bar now. Bang, bang. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. Melee.
The same gun.
Yeah, time to bust a cow.
Okay. Now I have a gun.
Oh, that's kind of neat. How the gun is animated. And to anybody watching, just so you know, I'm not the best shot when it comes to video games. I'm not a professional gamer by any means. I just play to have fun. Sneaky bastard. Another sneaky bastard. Damn, melee's better than the gun is. Why the hell am I even shooting these people? Just slap them in the face with sonic force. Got to get the health.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
Yeah, it's almost like she's narrating, but her narration is her actually talking to people, which is interesting. No alcohol for you. So this was Trent. Break it off! Ooh!
You can't let this happen. 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 You stopped it. You. Thank you.
I do like the mixture. Well,
That was horror.
so I do like the mixture of
Get the fuck away.
live action with animated. That's actually some really cool stuff.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. A side note, remember to cover their connection to the astral plane as well. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it. Lose and you're, well, fired. Thank you. I'm Dr. Darling, head of research, Federal Bureau of Control.
Aw, Dr. Darling. But he doesn't get crap about that at all. Case files. Service weapon. The object's form is variable. When bound, the object allows whatever the hell that word is to blank. This object must only be bound by individuals seeking the role of blank. The object will determine whether blank. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. This process is dictated by the blank, though their criteria is unknown. Background. The object was discovered inside the oldest house, in the room that is now used as the director's office. The popular hypothesis blank, many forms throughout history. Blank, Molzunir, Excalibur, Varanastra, all weapons that blank of their wielders. If objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the collective subconsciousness, then this may be the original manifestation of that event, and if this is the case, blank. See Dr. Darling, presentation 11.1 for more details. His guard. Summary. The Bureau has many internal security personnel. The HISS was quick to take advantage of this fact. HISS guards used the standard issue bullpup rifles they carried prior to corruption. So now we know there's a corruption of some kind. While the armored guards carry pump action shotguns, they have no observed paranormal abilities, with the exception that certain HISS guards are protected by a shielding of dense HISS resonance, capable of stopping bullets. Is this shielding a result of prolonged HISS corruption? Does the HISS mature in organic host over time? More data is needed. Do the HISS target individuals with combat training? Does the HISS have that level of cognizance? Does it utilize hosts for tasks they are best suited to? Combat trained hosts are reserved for combat. These are all questions for later, though it is obvious that corrupted individuals retain knowledge on the use of their weapons. Refer to file blank for full report. And a nice looking picture of this guy. Now give me some chips. Aw, no chips.
The hotline. Secure line of communication.
looks like me.
Guidance.
Is that me?
Reach the hotline.
That looks like me.
The hotline.
Ew. It's a floater. There's another floater. So based on the documents that we recently found, we know that there's some paranormal abilities. Ooh. There's some paranormal abilities. There's floaters. There is a corruption of some kind. So it seems like that's going to be the type of things we're here to figure out. And obviously this melee attack is some form of a telekinetic strike.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you.
That's one hell of an attack. I think I picked up another collectible.
Reminder, if you experience an
Dinner reservations! Dinner reservations at 7 p.m. at Chez Ombre. Wife will meet you there. Don't be late! Flowers are ready for you at lobby reception. Reminder, she is turning 46. You should never tell how old a woman is turning. I really like how you can knock the planks off the walls. Some of the stuff is kind of destructible. That's some pretty neat stuff. Ooh, the big writing kind of freaks you out when you first see it.
Hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Visitor evaluations. How to handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. Start with the following. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control. Established in 1964 as part of the endeavor to strengthen government relations, we are proud to serve the United States and her people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation's infrastructure. If they do not leave, then ask them these questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York City or just visiting? How'd you find this place? If their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and they'll need to leave. If their answers seem blank, escort them to a private room. There, perform the gunner's psychological assessment. If their responses are within the acceptable range of deviance, see the provided scoring sheet, then blank immediately. Remember, there is no such thing as too suspicious. Ooh, urban legends. Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials, but can also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. Urban legends are understood as modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. We recognize certain blank, informed by our own blank, and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can even be artificially blank in popular culture using blank. Our Bureau made anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exaggerates the details. Certain paranormal phenomena contain clear elements of popularized folklore. AWEs that only occur on blank. A pair of scissors that consume human blank through 2 punctures of the blank. These details, living in the minds of so many, have been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children. They are paranatural realities waiting to happen. Refer to file 4-93-6942 for a full report. Oh, neato, it kind of auto-aimed. That might actually be quicker than trying to manually aim. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Freaky sound going on up in here.
Must cleanse control points. An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading.
Cleanse their control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
Picked up a personal mod. Energy boost, energy plus 5%, where I can deconstruct it for money. Well, I guess we'll use it for now. Assets. I'm not real sure what those are for. This room is clean. The poltergeist are no more.
You did it. We did it.
Hello. Can
Whoa.
you hear me? Are you with us? With the Bureau? Are you still sane?
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie? Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting. I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Somebody needs to give me a machine gun.
Director Faden.
Call me Jessie.
Okay, Jessie. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this
Hiss?
that works. Somehow the hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone.
It almost looks like this
not
chick was modeled
protected by
after
an
that
HRA.
Christian
And
Bill or Bell
extraordinarily,
chick.
You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm
He
sorry,
blew his brains
I'm
out.
talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench
Which
is
if he
dead.
has no brains, that would probably make
Shot.
him better at it being a director.
Ah. I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
The service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jessie, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course.
Now give me a machine gun.
We can try it together. Okay.
Machine gun in here.
You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out.
Control points. Let's learn a little bit about control points. Control points are locations that the Bureau has identified as being vital junctions of the oldest house. When the appropriate harmonized devices are arranged around the control point in the blank arrangement, the surrounding area will not experience any unforeseen building shifts. These control points are discovered by blank detection of an unobscured ping using the blank within a 37-foot radius. That's very specific. Numerous researchers have attempted to define control points, calling them nerve junctures or blank or vulnerable parts of the oldest house. The common factor in these theories is the control points are susceptible to external influence, which allows us to stabilize the oldest house and work more confidently inside it. Theoretically, this technology could be extrapolated to stabilize the oldest house as a whole, but testing has found that certain parts of the building refuse to be blank. Refer to file 7-25-2788 for a full report. And she doesn't look at all bothered by it.
It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Who cares? They're dead anyway. But apparently this chick has a brother.
We need to make a plan, Jesse.
is the brother who she could be talking to? Like psychologically talking to her brother? Is that a possibility? I do not know. I only assume. Because as I said, I've only played like an hour of this game before, and I'm almost back to the point where I was at.
I can't cleanse them. I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here.
Bitch, give me a machine gun or a clearance
risk it.
level or something.
Listen. The Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. A few of us. And Director Trench would know. Trench, the ghost, or whatever he is, he mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it. It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss. Where is the hotline? It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you. Okay, that's my next stop. That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
To ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions.
Where's my machine gun?
The hotline should be in the communications department.
Oh, neato. I forgot about this. You actually get choices.
Where did the hiss come from? I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in? No. No, just inside. The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
I'm with you on that, Emily.
The world might be going to shit, but she got some white ass teeth. So she's got some good dental hygiene going.
You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door. Okay.
Pretty sure she's talking to her brother.
This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I'm like, bitch,
I think
I'm
I
going.
will. Yeah.
You ain't getting my gun.
Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the pure utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this? Got it. Thanks.
Next question. What do you like to do for fun?
So HRA stop you from becoming Hiss?
It seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. And each one, it seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Yeah, like
Just
where's
let
my
me
machine
know.
gun? Alright, off the communications. See, he's got a machine gun. Why can't I have a machine gun? Bastards. Communications department. What is this?
There it is again. A welcome message.
Personal mod, health recovery. Ooh. Health recovery per element picked up. Plus 26%. Yeah, we'll switch to that. More health is always a good thing. I don't know what the hell energy is even for right now. Damn. Maybe that alarm earlier was for the alien. Something sure did a number on that guy. We're here. 5 is the cafeteria. 4 is the nostalgia department. 8 is the hotline chamber. 1 is the director's office. And woman could have given me at least clearance 1. So these things apparently hold mods and materials. I'm not really sure what materials are for yet. The hiss manifests in human hosts in numerous ways. The most common and least intense form is seen in the many corrupted agents floating throughout the Bureau. The hiss agents have maintained their human appearance, undergoing no obvious physical transformation. The most notable distinction from an unaffected human is the fact that they levitate. These hiss have displayed no aggressive behavior. They only seem interested in vocalizing the strange incantation ad infinitum. Perhaps these vessels are only meant to propagate the hiss corruption like spores or Wi-Fi boosters. Or are they cocoons preparing to enter their next stage of evolution? When attacked, hiss agents disappear, perhaps entering a state of invisibility or undergoing a transformation into pre-resonant form. Research is ongoing. Refer to file blank for full report. I got a material. Where's the materials? I want to assume that there's some kind of a crafting part to this game or something. I'm getting materials and I've got some form of currency. Just have to wait and see. Travel cost. Blah 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 blah. Everything costs a lot. Blah 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 blah. Yay, let's go. Something moved. I think I got it. So I'm assuming that the floating things I really don't have to mess with. Let's go to the cafeteria and grab ourselves a snack. Uh-oh. Recharging. I will say the combat in this game was actually pretty fun and satisfying. Ooh, a file in the toilet. The hiss resonance field is a physical impediment that is difficult to define. Hiss barriers appear as ways to impede escape or access by Bureau personnel. Two methods have been discovered for lowering them. Destroy the multiple concentrated resonance sources found in the vicinity. Destroy the hiss entities in the area. The resonance fields seem to require support for their size and density from other and unconnected sources of hiss resonance. Without the ability to draw from these sources, the barrier will fall. Does an inactive structure made of hiss resonance qualify as a conscious being? Does this distinction make any difference when considering the hiss? What does the very act of building walls to prevent our movement tell us about the hiss? To what degree is it watching and planning? Refer to file blip for full report. Unstable area notice. Due to recent fluctuations of the nearest control point, this area's stability has been downgraded to yellow. Reference chart. Green is stable. Yellow is low possibility of unanticipated building shifts. Orange, high likelihood of unanticipated building shifts. And red, frequent unanticipated building shifts. Interesting that what we can do with the toilet. Toilet paper! That's so satisfying. Turn into a Dewey Cox here and put the sink off. Oh, well, that's kind of unsatisfying that the sink doesn't do anything like the toilet does. Mustard and ketchup. So if I read that thing correctly, there was something to pick up over. Oh, yeah. And health recovery personal mod. Nope. What I have is better. out, it's coming right for us. Get that guy better without seeing the crosshairs than I do whenever I see them. Dead letters 8. Alrighty, let's see what we got in here. So this chick's got like psychological powers. Like she's got this. That thing is like a nuclear bomb coming out of her hand. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ain't prepared for that guy. He's got a big shield. Eat nuclear bomb. Seriously though, did you see that blast out of her hand? Like disintegrated an entire wall. She's like part Iron Man or something. It's insane. Ooh, fast travel. TV!
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
He is such a darling. It's interesting that you get fast travel. That's kind of neat. So I see where the communications department is. I just kind of want to explore a little more before I go that way. I explore a ton in games, so I'll normally try to find as much as I can. Some games more than others. Multimedia, that's just going to be the thing about the whopping 80 kilobyte floppy disk. I had a dream and I built the thing I saw in my dream, a machine that will contain God, but not the God you know or the ones anyone knows, a new God. This machine will be his body, his heart, and his mind. I made it just like the dream showed me. I used the motor from the refrigerator and the coils from the toaster and the fans, plus the timing belt from the car's engine and the wheels from my son's skateboard. God can't move yet, but the dream said he would learn how on his own. This is just a beginner's body, like a baby's, but a machine instead. God only needs a place to start. If you want to interview me, please contact me at the address on the envelope. My phone does not work anymore. I had to use the dialing pad on God. Oh yeah, look at that nuclear bomb coming out of her hands. Like, boom! It's like, we're gonna go boom! Like John Madden. Boom! Boom! It's coming down the 5-yard line and boom! To whom it may concern, I am being contacted by the past presidents of the United States of America. They appear as spirit guides giving me their wisdom. John Adams keeps saying I need to fix America, but I can't really understand him. They all have a lot of opinions. People tell me I'm imagining it, but Theodore Roosevelt showed me how to fix my lawnmower and don't know a thing about lawnmowers. Explain that. I have great dead men telling me about the past and the present. If you'd like to use my abilities to help run the government, please let me know. I know the White House could use me. Yours in earnest, James Bartholomew. Hello, avid readers. The Bureau Book Bunch will convene at the usual spot in the corner table of the cafeteria at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, currently discussing Unless You by J.D. Brooks. Everyone should get their reviews to me by Monday before lunch so I can generate some conversation starters before the meeting. Happy reading, Penny Bartwell. The Bureau Book Bunch. Catchy. It's not as catchy as boom! What fresh hell is this? It's the makeup of kids' nightmares. Ooh, is that the woman I'm using and her brother? It's like the horror version of Sesame Street.
It's like the director says, confidential and children don't start with C. The director's a poop head.
He's a fart person.
Dad says my mama went missing in action. She walked into the city and didn't come back. I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish someone would find her.
I'll help you look, Telfer. We'll find your mama together.
Jesus. Is this meant for kids? The doll was just staring into my soul. That was freaky as hell. That's been the freakiest thing I've seen in this game so far. Alright, into the communications we go.
We're on the right track.
Let's go in this door. See what's in here. Ooh, another bathroom. Another bathroom. Another tub. What's a, there's a broom. Go up the stairs and see what's up here. Weapon mod, ammo refund. Ooh. Ammo refund, chance on hit plus 7%. Not too shabby. Internet usage rules. Internet is not for social media use. No FBC materials of any kind may be scanned or uploaded. FBC email addresses are for work-related correspondence only. Level 5 clearance required to access internet. If a cubicle's black rock shell gets damaged, vacate it immediately and alert Mr. Thomas. If you notice any text in your work that you do not recall writing, vacate your cubicle immediately and alert Mr. Thomas. Do not connect internal comm devices to the network. Printers for communications department use only. Altered items are forbidden in the cubicles. Notify security of any breaches immediately. They may require internal lockdown. What I think of the internet rules. Because everybody knows the internet's for porn. Got knocked the fuck out. I don't want to go in there yet. Ooh, that's fucking worse. Ooh, a shelter. More materials. Book Club Samson. So I don't usually read a lot of sci-fi, but as far as space operas go, this was alright. The title, Unless You, could refer to a bunch of things in the book, I guess, but I thought it was a little vague and stupid. The way the characters kept throwing it around, almost like a catchphrase, got real annoying real fast. The best part of the story was the space battles. I sided with the Fixers, obviously, because they had the coolest tech and their motives made the most sense to me. Honestly, if I had to choose between some hoity-toity flowers and gun space hippies or a badass bunch of warriors who go around devouring planets like cheap sushi on a Sunday, I know who I'm picking. That scene where they invade City Planet and convert the entire population using those brainworms, and that space dogfight between those two ace pilots, sign me the fuck up. What kind of ruined the whole thing for me was when my favorite character got killed not even halfway through the story by getting a battery cylinder launched into his face by a gravitational anomaly. That's kind of like what happened to the guy out there in the hallway. His death didn't feel necessary at all. It's almost like there should be multiple pages. It says 2 out of 5. And I know what that other multimedia thing is. It's that hellacious doll symphony opera thing, or whatever the hell that was. Mail room. Can we go here yet? No, but that's scary as hell. Let's go in here and see what threw something at Mr. Miyagi there on the floor.
Looks like the hiss have latched on.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Material. Go, 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 go! It's the floppy disk with its 80 kilobytes of memory. Ooh, did I get telekinesis?
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in the Bureau seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
Oh, boom! That's what I'm talking about. Wow! Downtown. Catch. Here's a rock. Have a rock. Hey, here's a box. You're such a square. Because it's more of a cube. Oh, there's the energy. Now I get it. There's the energy. Well, there's only too much telekinesis that you're going to be able to hold in 80 kilobytes of memory.
You were gone. Cut off.
I got it. And I'm equipped it. Does it blow up? Ah! Eat explosive. Oh, I see you up there. That throwing stuff at those people hurts. Like, it does a good amount of damage. I'm surprised. And there's so much shit in the world that you can throw. I'm gonna pick this up, just carry it with me. Shatter projectile choke. I'll have to check what that is whenever I throw this at somebody. Bye! Okay, let's see what this shatter projectile choke does. I don't know, I guess it's with a different type of gun? Case file floppy disk must be contained in cell with no other loose material. The object is an 8-inch diskette containing Soviet-era nuclear launch codes. When bound, the object allows that word again to telekinetically lift material and throw it a short distance. Thing's obviously been upgraded because I'm launching the ship. The object is currently bound to blank for research purposes, stolen from a Soviet military base located in blank by agents blank and blank with the CIA. The diskette contained launch codes to blank missiles believed to be reserved for use against blank. After being returned to America, the diskette began throwing computational hardware to members of the decoding team, and then an informant of the CIA tipped the Bureau off, and it was requisitioned by agents the next day. The HISS demolition expert. The Bureau only allows certain highly trained individuals to handle volatile materials and weaponry. Our demolition experts are instructed to use the explosives in dimensions with distinct physical laws, making them important assets for engineering work as well as combat situations. His demolition experts are only observed his variations to wield the specifically built rocket-propelled grenade that is designed to identify and track blank entities once fired, making them a threat whose termination should be prioritized in combat scenarios. I find it remarkable that the HISS restrict usage of this weapon to the Bureau personnel who train specifically for its use. What does this tell us about this behavior? Could it not pass along new information to corrupted entities? Still too many unknowns. Refer to file blank for full report. The HISS Ranger. The Rangers are the Bureau's well-trained and well-armed expeditionary forces. Their HISS corrupted counterparts are equally formidable. Prior to corruption, Rangers were trained to use a variety of weapons in order to face any threat found during AWE response or threshold exploration, including submachine guns, assault rifles, and automatic shotguns. HISS Rangers utilize these weapons as well as the advanced tactics taught by the Bureau instructors. Some are additionally outfitted with Bureau-made body armor. HISS Rangers have no observed paranormal abilities beyond some being protected by a shielding of dense HISS resonance capable of stopping bullets. Considering the advanced training the HISS Rangers are capable of applying to their situation, it is feasible to consider the human mind still remains intact to some degree. Or is the HISS able to tap into this combat training and utilize it? Further observation is required. Blah 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 file stuff again. Holy shit, there's a map. There's a map! That's good to know. Okay, so we're just gonna...
said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
I'm just gonna hang on to this box. Never know when you're gonna need a box. There's some stuff to look at in here, so we'll get rid of it. We'll throw that down there for now. It ain't like there's a limit on how much shit you got to throw around here. National news sites have begun publishing the story of the polar bear attack on the Alaskan town. You all know I don't like the boast, but claiming that the family was killed by migrating polar bears desperate for food because their ecosystem is being ruined by global warming was a stroke of genius. Using current ecological concerns makes the public much less likely to blink, so another AWE behind us and the public is none the wiser. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. This doesn't mean we can stop monitoring bloop, beep, and burp for any off-message opinions. But it's looking like we're in the clear. Tomasi out. Can use that to get into doorways. Interesting. Can you pick up the water bottle? You can't! I don't know why I found that so funny. This game is actually really fun. At this point, I've been past the furthest that I've gotten in this game for about 20 minutes now. Yay, clearance level 1.
The door.
Main control point. So obviously going into the control point is where it wants us to go. Or not the control point, the clearance level 1 door. We're just going to walk around and explore a little bit before we go into that doorway. What did I say? Somewhere along the line, things went weird. No one was sure when this happened, how this happened, whether it was something caused by someone or something, or if it just happened by itself. There were a lot of stories. Everyone had a theory of how it had happened, of which maybe the weirdest and perhaps only fittingly singled out here was the talk about a strange golden space helmet that someone had found in a secret research project to replicate and manufacture those helmets. It was said that the helmet opened a way to another place, different from this one, but whether that other was actually a place or just something that came over you when you were wearing the helmet, no one knew, not even the scientist in charge of the project. In any case, or so the myth went, the helmets or the people trying them on brought the other closer to here, and the things got weird. things that people had learned to take for granted, like technology and physics and religious and time and stuff, just stopped working like they used to. Stopped altogether or became something different. There were lots of accidents and terrible catastrophes at first, and most people died and disappeared, and in some places it rained flowers and in others blood, and sometimes the other was very close, and everything ripped and warped as something big in the other passed close by, and sometimes it was even almost like the old times. In time, people adjusted and adapted and learned to use the new things and laws to fix some of the old. But mostly, as it went by, people just forgot that things had ever been different, and the weird became normal. It sounds like 2020 and 2021, 2022 these days. Everyone, at least everyone who believed in the myth, thought that the golden helmets and those who wore them were bad, and they seemed to have a point. For those in the golden helmets, even while they were hardly ever seen anymore, were often on those rare occasions doing bad things. Luckily, the other gave many people strange abilities, and a few heroes rose to fight the bad things, and there were lots of these bad things and lots of good things as well. But now, even more than before the other, things were ambiguous and never simple or clear, and people rarely could tell the good from the bad. In any case, things went on, and it was almost never boring. Who wrote this? Report to Dr. Darling. Just so nobody else can find it. Oh, you can't destroy it. Ooh, radio.
You're listening to America Overnight, mystifying the airwaves for more than 29 years. Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years tell us of hauntings, voices, and other phantasmic.
So I've already got one clearance level 1.
Today,
Another clearance level 1 would be too low clearance level 2, right? Because math is awesome.
This is something I experienced recently while staying at the Chili Pines Motel in Macon for last year's Suspicion Con. I was in room 47. The night manager, an avid listener of the program, insisted I take this particular room. Now, the manager explained that years back, the body of a man was discovered under the bed, inside that wooden border that motel beds tend to have. And the body had been there a week, he said. Guests had stayed there, sleeping with the corpse a foot below them. They only found the body when housekeepers complained about the smell. Hauntings have been reported in room 47 ever since. I happily took the room. I fell asleep pretty quick, checking under the bed first, of course. No ghosts visited me, no chilly spots or flickering lights. But when I woke up, I found myself under the bed. It was dark and stiflingly hot. Luckily, I was able to push the mattress off and crawl out before I suffocated. The night manager was kind enough to find me another room.
Oh, there you have it, listeners. What we call ghosts take many forms. Quincy was brave enough to tell his story, and I encourage you to keep calling and writing whenever you encounter something strange, something you can't explain. Maybe you're seeing colors that we have no name for. Maybe your toaster is possessed. Remember, dear listeners, when no one else believes you, we do. America Overnight, we'll be right back.
Interesting little story. Okay, so we gotta come up here, I think. Still wanna explore some. The kind of holy hell room is this? Oh, what the hell that was. Taking damage. Taking damage. What the hell? What the hell? I guess that was like a little mini boss. Last month, our on-site server experienced an intrusion by unauthorized users. After a thorough investigation, it was confirmed that the users only accessed a video file, which contained portions of various Dr. Darling presentations. Investigators were able to track the users through their IP addresses. The following are confirmed identities of these users: Patrick Streckens, Rubens, and something. These individuals are in breach of Bureau Code 91 and have been placed under surveillance by our external investigation team. Further action is pending. These are the reasons I kind of like to explore in games, because you just find a lot of interesting stuff. So I don't want to go in there just yet. Let's go back downstairs. There was a door. I had a clearance lever. This, yep, I was about to say, this actually looks like the way I should supposed to go, so I should have went into the other door first. Can I go back? God damn it.
Great.
That's fine. And I missed. Boss fight. Get the health. Health. Yeah, I got it. And I lost it. Get more health. Get it. Whoops. That was my bad. I did not mean to throw the explosive right back in my face. Yep, after that explosive thing, I knew that was gonna happen. Aw, I lose money when I die. Now let's see how bad the damn checkpoints are in this game. Ain't no telling where it's gonna send me back to. Well, I mean, this isn't bad. Not really. Okay, so there's the boss fight. So let's go back upstairs and go into that room. Pay attention, Alberto. This is the last time I'm explaining this. Internal lockdowns are manually triggered events that lock one or all of the sectors by restricting use of the sector elevator, effectively locking the staff in their sector until the emergency is handled. They can only be lifted via the directional override when maintenance, once the director is satisfied with the situation, is under control. External lockdowns are a bigger deal, nothing in or out of the whole building. It's only triggered by a code red containment breach based on some complicated system that security and research slapped together. It can only be lifted once A, the threat has been neutralized, or B, a high clearance individual gives the system the all clear. This process is not the same as the directional override, so stop saying so in documentation. I know it's confusing as hell. I've told Darling 100 times to change it, but they're adamant it stays the way it is. Honestly, I don't think that they even know how to change it at this point. Let's just make sure our staff understand how this mess all works. Okay? Great. Marshall. Okay, let's see what's in here. What is this funky stuff? Whoa! Whatever it is bad. Well, I'm gonna guess I eventually get something to walk across that. Because there's obviously nothing I can do about it now without taking a lot of damage. And I'm already going back to start this boss fight with damage. So, at least we're a little more prepared this time. Oh, we gotta watch this every time.
They can fly now. Great.
Maybe this time I can try not to throw an explosive right in my face. Where you at? Recharge quicker! Get the health, get the health, get the health, get the health. And we got it. Lots of health. Lots of health. Let's go upstairs. How do you keep this bastard from dodging? I think I connected with that one. Oh, there's all the tubes.
I have a feeling he'll be back.
Yeah, I do too.
Let's stay focused. The hotline should be past the mailroom.
Dang, look at all this health. All this health. Which room did he go in? He's over here somewhere, right? A spate of additional disappearances has traced to a home in the city, but where Bureau agents discovered a translocative light switch cord. Bureau agents arrived at the home of a local celebrity located at blah 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 blah, which had been connected to a total of blah disappearances in the area. Agents found no one inside. While searching a closet, an agent pulled the light switch cord and disappeared from view. Another agent was selected to pull the cord in order to replicate the event. He disappeared as well. Both agents were discovered at the oldest house blank days later, found in a sealed room by rangers exploring a new area of the house. The light switch cord in the Butt's home closet disappeared during the incident. His elevated ages display abilities similar to telekinetic competencies observed in Bureau paratilitarans. Some prefer to charge their targets while others launch objects at them. Telekinetic attacks have been ineffective against the Hiss elevated due to their own talent in the area. They do not use any weaponry except their own paranormal capabilities. Some Hiss elevated have been seen levitating while strapped into chairs. This is likely the result of individuals being corrupted while undergoing cognitive recording of parapsychology. How are they able to use paranormal abilities? Is it possible that these individuals were bound to objects of power prior to corruption? It is also worth considering that the Hiss residents can identify and express latent paranormal ability in the individuals it corrupts. Refer to file bleh for full report.
The hotline can't be far now. Alberto Tomasi.
Hey, we got an ID.
Alright, take
The
this
Hiss
down.
got him.
The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but you can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, there'll be odds and altered items to show up inside a U.S. embassy. Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
Oh, so now energy recovery may be helpful. So what other weapons lots we got? Reload efficiency might actually be good. Try to get that thing to charge a little quicker. See if that works. Oh, see if it works. The shatter thing I'm going to assume is going to come with like a shot. Ooh, damn, it gets me every time. It's going to come with like a shotgun mod or something. According to their testimony, the agents had been transported from the Butt home to a roadside motel named the Ocean View Motel and Casino and discovered a room key by performing a ritual. See file MOT-01. The key opened a door marked with an inverted black pyramid, which they only learned after a lengthy period of trial and error. After pulling another motel cord found inside this room, they were transported to the oldest house. The disappearances of the home's owner and the other locals of Butt have been attributed to the light switch cord. The Ocean View Motel is now known to have many doors and pathways. Since the occurrence, identical light switch cords to the one found in the Butt home have begun appearing throughout the oldest house. At the time of writing, blah light cords have been found in the oldest house, located in the blah 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 and blah 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 sectors. These all access the Ocean View Motel. Through how exactly this link operates is blank, but initial hypothesis center on the Butt AWE as a blah 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 blah. See Dr. Darling presentation 24.3 for more details. Hotline security log, blah 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 blah. You can pause it and look at it if you want to. Somebody answer the goddamn phone!
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. Green logic.
Okay, so apparently you can't drive. Whoops. Apparently there's no walkway after you pull the switch. So, not really. I hope there was a checkpoint way before I have to go all the way back through all this stuff with all the chamber again. My bad. That was my mistake. Oh, dang. So this is the way that this game is going to work, is it's going to put you at your last... Probably all these bathrooms. It's going to put you back at your last... Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Boom! We don't hide that none of that hiding shit. Y'all gonna come out to fight, don't start something you can't finish. Okay, now let's try this again, only this time with less falling. So, click the cord. Click it again.
The light switch cord. Door marked with the black pyramid.
Whoa. Have we been here before?
Whoa.
No. I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country. On the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like...
Something tells me that this
them,
chick...
like something recognized from a dream.
Is not really the director of this place. It's somebody that's actually like snuck in because she just talked about being on the run.
Hello? Anyone here?
Something that's always taught me about motels that movies have taught me is if you just keep ringing the bell, eventually somebody gets pissed and comes out. Let's just see what happens. Nothing apparently. You can't shoot, you can't pick shit up and throw it right now. There's a bed. There's a locked door, locked door, locked door, locked door, locked door. I like the blue lights. The lights are cool. I'm a little monkey jumping on the bed. And mommy, there ain't shit you can do about it. 'Cause I'm an adult. So you just gotta keep ringing the bell, I'm assuming. Maybe try to leave? No? This is interesting. Okay, so I'll pull the string again. Let's go see if the bell works now. Oh! Okay, I see. Ringing the bell opens the different doors. Oh, okay.
Key has a black pyramid on it.
Rock and roll. This is Neo. So I wonder what kind of special ability I have now. Because usually this comes with a special ability or a weapon of some kind. The hotline will allow you to contact extra-dimensional entities. Whoa. That was not helping me contact an extra-dimensional entity. How is said hotline supposed to help me contact extra-dimensional entities? Okay, so at least it put me back in here instead of all the way back at that checkpoint. How's the hotline? How are you supposed to use the hotline? I don't understand it. Hotline will allow you to contact extra. So is there a hotline here I'm supposed to use? I mean, I don't understand it. That's what I'm going to assume is you have to get over here into that light. Because you apparently can't kill those things.
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
So pick it up and be like, we're going to DEFCON 3!
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him. He feels more like an echo.
This is deep.
An echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily. People react strongly when I tell them about you. Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able to help.
Director's office again. To all executive staff, I know there is some concern regarding our operations exceeding the annual budget. So long as we operate within the oldest house, we are obscured from scrutiny in many respects. If our budget demands are not exorbitant to the point of drawing attention, then they will be granted by the U.S. Treasury without question. The FBC is just another line in another spreadsheet that some lowly accountant won't even notice. Their eyes will skip over us as if we weren't even there. The nature of the oldest house allows us certain freedoms in how we operate. Our being here is no accident. Regards, Zachariah Trance, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. Ooh, this is neat.
Something's coming. The whispers growing louder. The worst winter storm in Bureau history. Retribution for my sins. Our sins. This threat could destroy the Bureau. Everything I've built. Destroy me. A web spun, turning this place against me. I catch glimpses of it in the corner of my eye. It's just out of reach. Elusive. It's clever. A perverse game of hide and seek. Is this part of an attack? Obfuscating the facts. Dimming my eyes. It's hard to tell.
It's almost like we've jumped into Breaking Bad.
I haven't heard back from Darling. I fear for my friend, my closest ally. I think we made a terrible mistake all those years ago. The thing he studies is putting us all in danger. It's my duty as director to keep the Bureau safe. It'll be difficult. What's done can't be undone. There's no easy fix. Magical thinking is a requirement for survival. Pain and suffering are mandatory. To change things, you have to break yourself. I don't know if I have the strength. I'm old and weak. I'm afraid. I can see my hands trembling. I'm losing control.
So that's some neat stuff. I'm not gonna worry about that again. Case files, hotline, blah 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 blah. You can pause it and read it if you want to. Get back to Emily. Move this away. Oop. Ooh, maybe I can go in here now. Yay! Dear Mr. and Mrs. Potts, I regret to inform you that your son, Graham Potts, was killed in active duty this past week. While the details surrounding his death are classified, I am honored to tell you that he died in the service of his country. You can be proud of his courage in the face of danger and his commitment to protecting our nation against their enemies. He will be remembered by his comrades and colleagues. I sincerely regret the pain this message will bring you. Take some solace in knowing that his sacrifice helped protect the country he loved so much. His effects will be turned to you with all speed. Sincerely yours, Howard J. Murray, Deputy Chief of Communications, Federal Bureau of Control. I'm gonna find out what all of this material is for, which I know it's gonna tell me at some point. For Marshall's eyes only. Marshall, we checked out the suspected AWE in Duluth. Wasn't anything, just like the house fire before this, and the malfunctioning clothes dryer before that. My team is getting pretty sick of duds. We need to find a better way to sort the fake AWEs from the real things. Or you need to rotate these field agents off for a bit. Anyway, we're en route to Sherman Ranch, next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. Sincerely, Special Agent Keenum. Outfits? Alrighty, it should have saved there. I don't know what actually. Can we save it? Guess not. But anyways, folks, thank you for tuning in. That's all the time I have for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode. I appreciate you guys watching. And as always, if you like the video, please like it down below. And if you like the videos you see so far, please remember to subscribe. And I'm out.